our founder, Shinran. What's the our founder, Shinran, who lived 1173 to 1262 and died at the age of 90. That time, people who commonly survive up to the age of 50. 人生わずか50年でした。50 was average. But Shinran lived up to 90 years. It's amazing. Let me pick 1, 2, 3 spot or point, something unique. The Shinran stayed at the mountains. It's called Mount Hiei for almost 20 years. Okay? He practiced through like what we practice, Zenshin Sangha type of meditation and chanting and readings, every day. Stayed from 90 years old to almost 20 years old. Then he realized his insight, limitation of insight. He described like, my mind is like surface of the lake. It's called Lake Beer. But from certain reason, small winds makes a wave and do not keep certain even peaceful face of the wave. Even my mind calm like moon, yet cloud appears and covers my clear moon. What could I do? That was his comment, and he descended the mountains. He descended the mountains, knowing his limitations. Have you ever experienced to know your limitations? You do. I do too. I do too. Of course, we don't have to limit ourselves, but to know one's limitation is very important. Don't have to limit yourself, but to know one's limitation is very important. With his desperation, have you ever experienced desperation in your life? Well, desperation, no way to go.
Yeah, a few times.
A few times.
Yeah, a few times. Very good.
Why didn't you kill yourself?
What? Self-preservation instinct.
Is that right? You didn't come to attempt to kill yourself, which means not seriously came to the depressions. Shinran was going to kill himself. There's no way to go forward. No way to enlighten oneself. No way to be useful for others. Desperation was almost going to kill him. So Shakyamuni Buddha, 2,500 years ago, with his desperation, he threw himself under the Bodhi tree to sit. That was his final way to do it. There's no way to do it. So he kind of threw himself. Then, in downtown Kyoto, he pilgrimage went to so-called Rokkakudo for 100 days of praying in his desperation. 100 days from early morning to. Then he heard the voice of calling. That is very interesting part. I don't want to make it too mysterious. But when we come into desperations, no way to do, yet have spirit to do something, something will be happening. I experienced a couple of times when I was especially at Cleveland, Ohio. I didn't know how do I talk to the English-speaking people, especially Hakiji guys like me. She means white guys. Little white Dharmies. Desperations. I didn't know how do I talk to them. How could I convey my message? How do I make them understand? Then, in my dream, in the sleep, Kanzeon Bodhisattva manifest in my dream. Yes. Then, beautiful. Not like a woman, not like a man, but a beautiful, spirit told me, how about this way? How about that? So Srila also experienced and went to see Honen, his master, Honen. Then he learned way of Namamidavatu, teaching of Namamidavatu, which enlightened everyone, which saved all people from children to senior citizens, man to women. That was a great experience. Another good portion of Shinran was he married. You should remember that. You may be proud of it. As Buddhist priest that time, getting married or receiving fish and meat, it's out of order. So he was out from what you call connotational Buddhist priest. He was judged as filthy. Namaksabos, they were not. Namaksabos, fishy smell priest. Joe-san, is that a good translation? Namaksabos, fishy smell, the smell like priest, which means not respect. He was out from caste. So there is a list of famous priests that time. Shinran's name is not listed. You should know that. He married. He had a question. In such a discriminations, women and children are not able to practice the Buddha Dharma. What's a Buddhist teaching good for? Okay? Those questions can teach. So he openly, officially married and lived with children and struggled with wife and children. That is very unique part of Jodo Shin Buddhism in contrast with other Buddhist denominations. Well, after 500 years, today most of the Buddhist priests marry. But that is not the legally no official. Married life is quite a life to experience. Good or bad, right or wrong. Two different demons are going to share life together. Isn't it? Why me? Yes. Why is my wife? So she said yes. Because two different life with the two different backgrounds are going to share the life. It's making a mistake from beginning. Love is beautiful misunderstanding. No, I shouldn't say like that. Love is beautiful, yet very difficult to practice. Shinran married and ate fish and meat. Later, he was exiled to Ichigo. Because of kind of political incident. He was exiled to Ichigo. At Ichigo, his uniqueness, instead of regrets, he lived, or take advantage of that, he lived with the spirit to share the teaching of Buddha and Buddha Dharma to all the villagers. It's an amazing experience, isn't it? He's a scholar. And yet, he communicated with the people who do not have any education. They could not write a name. They could not sign their name. Yet Shinran lived among those people. with villagers, housewives, farmers especially. It's amazing that she's proud of what Shinran is. And here, to stop my talking, he identified himself as Buddha Shinran, stupid, head guy. That makes me smile at recalling the message of what the Steve Gibbs said. If you stay stupid, foolish, and stay hungry, you'll see something beyond. That's I could refer back to Shinran. Shinran identified himself as Buddha. Stupid and bald-headed. Bald-headed means symbolize the stupidity. That doesn't make sense in Western culture, I think. I hope so. Because I'm got bald-headed, so. But stupidity, to realize one's limitation of stupidity is to realize something huge and boundless aspect. From boundless unconditional love, we could see the limitation of love. See? To realize one's stupidity, you at the same time living in the vastness of wisdom and compassion. Do you get it? See, you don't realize your stupidity unless you have some kind of vast wisdom to see it. Yeah, no, you gotta see that. So I commonly say, wise man knows one's stupidity.
The more you learn, the more you realize, the less you know.
Ooh, gosh. Beautiful, thank you. It is, it is. When we think we are smart, let's try it this way. Walk into public library. Okay? Walk into public library and see around how much you know. How much you know, knowledge you have. I don't know. Even that is not yours. Isn't it?
No.
You heard, you read, you learned from. You didn't come with that nature, knowledge. You just came with naked, you know. You didn't have even diapers. So, here Shinran truly realized his stupidity. That's made himself free from such a limitation, but stream into boundless, ocean-like wisdom and compassion. That is oneness, realization of oneness of I and Amida Buddha. Boundless, limitless compassion. That is recited. No Amida Buddha. I am boundless, beyond, merge in, now be. That is Dharma.